If you've given up on yourself and your business, this video is for you. I know sometimes we have had a hard or rough start when it comes to our dreams. We've set out on something and totally failed. How do we get our confidence back? In this video, it's gonna be a heart-to-heart. And if you're new to my channel, I'd love for you to keep coming back, subscribe, and get more help with your mindset and your marketing for your personal brand. It could feel like some people start a project and poof, they are off running to success. And then there's some of us that take years to really figure it out. And this video, I just want to give you some help. I want to pour into you so you can have the confidence to keep going. Now, let me say something. I started my business in 2010. I officially registered it as a sole proprietor in Canada. And it took me a very long time to get it. I'll tell you some of the things that got in the way. One of the things was being a perfectionist. I really like things to look good, and a part of it is wrapped into my identity. I just want people to love me. And sometimes you've gone through life, you've had trauma, you've had challenges, and it causes you to do things that are just unreasonable. So maybe the trauma that I went through as a child made me really work hard to be liked and loved. And so perfectionism was one of the symptoms of this trauma. And so instead of taking risks, instead of just doing it raw, instead of messing things up, I would work on it and work on something and work on something, go to my website over and over again, work on it, work on my messaging, go back, pick a niche, change it. And in the long run, changing things all the time, going back on my decisions, second guessing myself really hurt me in the end. Because the thing is, when you start a business, you gotta have speed and action. And if you take too long to make decisions, you might run out of the money in the process of trying to build your business. You gotta get profitable as soon as you can. And so this would dampen my confidence. It would make me feel like I'm not good enough. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I like feeling all over the place. And so how I got over my rut was I had to stop the pattern. I actually had to psych myself into being someone else, psych myself into a new paradigm of thinking. So for example, I would just do the opposite. I would say, I mess things up and I love it. I love making mistakes. I would do things that are counterintuitive to psych myself into, that successful person that seems like they don't really know 1 + 1 is 2. Like, have you ever seen those people that just seem like they're not really smart, but they're like having so much success? It's because they fail hard and fast. And that is one of the best things you could do when you're starting a business, when you're launching your personal brand, is to fail faster. And so I gave myself permission to do those things. And I forgave myself. Forgiveness for your mess ups is gonna really help. Looking at your past self and saying, I know you meant well, you did what you could with what you had, and I honor you for that. And I forgive you, even though you didn't even know what you were doing, and that's okay. Forgive your past self. It's okay that you messed up. As a matter of fact, I would visualize myself hugging myself. Sometimes I would hug my past self as a child or as a youth, that part of me that made the mistakes that I'm trying to deal with and clean up now. You need to forgive yourself, because this is gonna be the first step to you moving forward. Once you've forgiven yourself, and you've given yourself the freedom to make mistakes, then it's about decisions and not looking back. You need to make a hard decision and anchor yourself to that decision. Whether it be, I'm starting this thing and I am not going to stop working on this thing for the next 5 years, 10 years. The longer you can put your vision out is the more time and grace you give yourself to build towards it. Now, I know some of us are like, well, I'm too old or I'm too tired to be like, I need to make this thing now. The truth of the matter is that all the lessons you have gleaned from the past is right here with you. You actually aren't starting over. You are continuing a path, but you have a new strategy and a new direction. So that is a limiting decision. That's a limiting belief that you're starting from scratch. How is that possible? Like, you didn't just come out the womb yesterday. You actually have wisdom, experiences, knowledge to go with you. So stop telling yourself that you're starting from scratch. Just say that I'm doing something different today. Lastly, I would say to get someone to hold you accountable to your decision. The thing is, when we mull things over within ourselves, especially if you're really like introverted or highly reflective or just an overthinker like I am, sometimes we overthink ourselves out of the decision we made yesterday. As a matter of fact, sometimes we don't even remember the goal or the decision we made yesterday. And this is why it's so important for you to have an external anchor. Going back to the trauma of being a perfectionist, a people pleaser, or just wanting to make people like me, those were all external motivators that kept me stuck. Now you want to have an external motivator that keeps you going. And that's an accountability coach. That is somebody that can be by your side. Hey, I do that a lot for my clients where I am helping them with their vision. Like literally, we have painted out a vision 10 years out, and I'm meeting with them monthly or quarterly to make sure that they are on track to get those goals. Do you have that person? Do you have that person that's going to help you anchor your goals until you see it through to the end? And even if you don't have the goal like long term from now, because sometimes the goal shifts, at least you're taking action and you're seeing growth, and that's what's important. So get an accountability partner, get a coach, work with somebody, and if you're looking for someone, hey, maybe reach out. We might be a good match, maybe, who knows. But thanks so much for stopping by. I really hope this has changed your mindset around confidence to get started, to get back on the horse, to continue. And if you have any questions about this, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next Personal Brand Boss video. Bye for now.